Hello, this is Ms. DB, and in this short video we're going to look over how to do the last few problems from Chapter 1, Section 3. First of all, we have this sketch up here that says that T is in the interior of angle PQR. Sketch this angle on a piece of scratch paper in your geometry notebook somewhere so that you can fill in the measurements as we go. Alright, 24 says find the measure of PQT. Find the measure of angle PQT. That's this measure right here. We're looking for that. If the measure of PQR is the whole angle, is 25, so the whole thing is 25, and measure of angle RQT is 11. So we're going to use the angle addition postulate here. We're going to write that the measure of the two parts, PQT and TQR, added together will equal the measure of angle PQR. That's the angle addition postulate. So the measure of angle PQT plus the measure of angle TQR would be equal to the measure of the whole angle PQR. Next, we are going to replace these measurements that we know with what they're equal to. Measure of angle PQT we don't know, that's what we're looking for. But we do know the next one. We know that measure of angle TQR, well, I wrote TQR, I could have wrote RQT, those are the same exact thing, right? Is equal to 11. And I know that the measure of angle PQR is 25. These are degrees. You do not have to type your degree symbol when you're working in this in Word. So all I have to do to find the measure of angle PQT is subtract 11 from 25, and I'll get my answer for the measure of angle PQT, because together they have to equal 25. All right, next we have different measurements, so I'm going to erase these. Now we are given that the measure of angle PQR is what we're looking for. PQR, we're looking for the whole measurement. We are given that that measurement is equal to 10x minus 7, an expression. We are also given that RQT expression is 5x, and that PQT, the other angle, is 4x plus 6. Well, this, let me use a different color here. This is still true. That the measure of the whole angle is equal to the sum of its two parts. That's still true. To solve this, I'm going to replace each part with the expression that I've given. All right, the measure of angle PQT is 4x plus 6, so 4x plus 6, plus the measure of angle TQR or RQT is equal to 5x. The whole angle PQR is given to us as the expression 10x minus 7. Now next you have to use your algebra skills. You have to combine your like terms, 4x plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 10x minus 7. And now we have to keep solving this equation. Now, review of solving equations, the next step would be to collect your variables on the same side. You could do that by subtracting 9x from both sides or subtracting 10x from both sides. I'm going to subtract 9x because then I have a positive x value. So I'm left with, on the left side, just 6. I'm going to write it over here because I'm running out of room. 10x minus 9x is 1x, or you could just write x, minus 7. So then we would solve for x and get 13. However, the question does not say what is x. The question says to find the measure of PQR. What? Sorry. The measure of angle PQR. And PQR is 10x minus 7. So we're going to find what is PQR when we know that it's 10x minus 7 if x is 13. So we have to replace x with 13. Take 10 times 13, subtract 7, and then you'll have your answer. All right, very last problem says, different expressions here. So it says that this time, I have to scribble them out because it won't let me change them now. It says that QT has bisected this big angle. That means that this angle of PQT is equal to angle TQR, RQT. They're the same. All right, so we know that RQT this time is 10x minus 13. PQT, the other one, is 6x plus 1. And that's enough to find x. These two are equal to each other, so your expression, your equation is going to be 6x plus 1 is equal to 10x minus 13. If you have an angle bisector, it cuts the angle into two congruent parts, and you'll often be writing an equation where one thing is equal to another. So you're going to solve this equation, and you'll find some answer for x. Then you'll take that answer and go back and say, well, what are they asking me to find? They're asking me to find the measure of angle PQR. That's the whole angle. So you'll take x and you'll plug it back into one of these, say 6x plus 1. And you'll find a measure for whatever that equals. And then you can plug it back into 10x minus 13, and you can plug it back in and see what that equals. And then add the two together to find the measure of angle PQR. You should find that these are both the same. If they're not the same, you have a mistake and you need to fix x. All right, I hope that helps. Good luck, and let me know if you need any extra help on this at all.